Imagine a world where smartphones, electricity, and even the idea of modern cities don't exist. Now imagine that world still alive today, not in history books, but right now. Across the globe, there are tribes who live completely untouched by modern civilization. They have their own languages, their own traditions, and their own ways of surviving. In this video, we'll uncover 5 of the most mysterious uncontacted tribes still in existence. Some are fierce defenders of their lands. Others live as nomads of the jungle. But all of them share one thing in common: their choice to remain hidden. Deep in the Bay of Bengal lies North Sentinel Island, home to the infamous Sentinelese tribe. They have resisted all contact for thousands of years. Any outsider who dares to approach is met with arrows and spears. In 2006, even 2 fishermen who drifted too close were killed instantly. The Indian government has since declared the island completely off limits. To this day, no one knows their exact population, language, or culture. They are truly the guardians of isolation. In the depths of the Brazilian Amazon lives the Kawahiva, one of the last remaining nomadic tribes. They constantly move through the forest to avoid outsiders, building temporary shelters from wood and palm leaves. Sadly, illegal loggers and miners are destroying their land. Authorities estimate fewer than a few dozen Kawahiva survive today, making them one of the most endangered, uncontacted tribes in the world. Along the river valleys of Peru live the Mashco Piro, another tribe that avoids outsiders. Unlike the Kawahiva, they are sometimes spotted along riverbanks, but any attempt to contact them often ends in conflict. In 2011, one man attempting contact was shot with an arrow. Researchers say the Mashco Piro fiercely defend their territory, a warning to the modern world that some people still choose freedom over civilization. Papua New Guinea is home to hundreds of tribes, many of whom have had little to no contact with the outside world. In its remote mountains, there are still groups that live exactly as their ancestors did centuries ago. Their unique rituals, languages, and traditions remain a mystery, protected by geography and the rugged terrain that isolates them from the modern age. Known as the Flygeros, or Arrow people, this tribe roams the western Amazon near Peru and Brazil. They are named for the powerful arrows they use to hunt and to defend themselves against anyone who dares to invade their land. Almost nothing else is known about them. For researchers, they remain one of the most mysterious tribes on Earth. Today, fewer than 100 uncontacted tribes exist across the globe. Their numbers are shrinking, their lands threatened, and their survival uncertain. But perhaps the most important lesson they teach us is this: not all humans want progress. Some choose to remain free, living life as they always have, untouched, uncontacted, and unbroken. What do you think? Should the modern world ever try to contact them? Or should we let them remain hidden, as living testaments to humanity's ancient past?
In a world that feels increasingly small, where satellites map every corner and the internet connects billions within seconds, it is almost unimaginable that entire human societies continue to live without any knowledge of the modern world. Yet they do. These uncontacted tribes are not relics of the past, they are living communities, breathing examples of humanity's diversity, and proof that there is more than one way to exist on this planet. Their lives are shaped by ancient traditions, by rhythms of the jungle, the sea, and the mountains. Where we see wilderness, they see home. Where we see danger, they see balance. They are hunters, gatherers, farmers, storytellers, and guardians of a way of life that has survived for thousands of years. Without electricity, without smartphones and without cities. And while much of the modern world measures progress in machines and money, their progress is measured in survival, harmony, and knowledge of the land. The question we must ask ourselves is not whether they should join our world, but whether our world has the wisdom to leave them be. History has shown again and again that when isolated communities are forced into contact, the results are devastating. Diseases spread, cultures collapse, and ancient knowledge disappears forever. For them, isolation is not ignorance. It is protection. It is resilience. Perhaps what makes these tribes so fascinating is not only their secrecy, but also the mirror they hold up to us. They challenge our assumptions of what civilization truly means. They force us to reflect. Are we really more advanced? Or have we simply chosen a different path? They live without electricity, but also without pollution. They live without global trade, but also without global war. They live without the internet, but also without the loneliness and anxiety that modern life so often brings. In many ways, their existence is a reminder that humanity does not have one single story. There are many stories. And while our story is one of technology and connection, theirs is one of tradition and endurance. Both stories are valid. Both stories are human. As we look to the future, protecting uncontacted tribes is not only about safeguarding people. It is about safeguarding a living museum of human history. An archive written not on paper but in practice, in rituals, in languages, and in the knowledge of the natural world. Every time a forest is cut, every time a river is poisoned, and every time an outsider violates their boundaries, we lose a piece of that heritage. So what can we learn from them? We can learn respect for the land, respect for the past, and respect for choices that are different from our own. We can learn humility, that our way is not the only way. And we can learn responsibility, that if we claim to be the stewards of this planet, then we must also be the protectors of its most vulnerable people. The world will continue to change. Cities will grow taller, technology will grow smarter, and life will grow faster. But somewhere hidden in forests, islands, and mountains, small communities will continue to live their lives as they always have. They may never know who we are, but we know who they are, and that knowledge alone is a responsibility. Uncontacted tribes are not just stories of isolation. They are stories of resilience, of courage, and of choice. In their silence, they are telling us something powerful, that humanity is vast, diverse, and capable of more than one kind of life. As long as they exist, they keep alive a possibility. The possibility that another world is still out there, hidden beyond the horizon, waiting to remind us who we truly are.
If you found this journey into the hidden worlds of uncontacted tribes as fascinating as we did, then don't let it end here. Support the channel by subscribing and sharing this video with others who love exploring the mysteries of our planet. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe these tribes should remain untouched, or should the modern world try to reach them? Your opinion matters, and we'd love to hear it. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and remember, the world is far bigger and stranger than we can ever imagine.